guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nwabisama Chokyana Mentor, and if it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button so that you can join our family. Because here we talk about everything pregnancy. We talk about antenatal, postnatal care, and how to take care of your new little baby. So I'm sure you don't want to miss out on all this information, right? So join our family. It's absolutely free. And if you enjoy this video, press the like button. It's free, guys. And it actually helps me as well so that I can know that I'm still on the right track, right? So that I know that, okay, you guys are enjoying this content, and then I know that I'm still going according to the plan, right? And comment as well if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about in the future videos, so that I can get information as much as possible and then come and educate you guys, because that's why I'm here. I'm like your midwife. Use me, guys. Use me with all the knowledge that I have and can get, just in case that I don't know something. I can always go and get that information. Anyway, I'm blabbling here. So today we're going to be talking about the first trimester of pregnancy. Now, this is the period from from conception to 12 weeks of your pregnancy. So let's get straight right into it, right? So, conception. How was the baby conceived? Do I need to explain this? No? No, I don't think I need to explain how the baby was conceived, because we all know how that happened. But we do have other ways of conceiving as well, such as IVF, such as surrogacy. Oh, goodness. Such as surrogacy. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to be talking mostly about the natural way of conceiving, right? So you are ovulating. I've explained ovulation, I think, in my previous video. So if you have the time, go and watch that video as well, because there I explain quite deeply about ovulation. But just briefly, ovulation is the period where your ovary releases an egg, right? For fertilization. So basically for the egg to match up with your partner's sperm, right? So you are ovulating, your ovary has now released an egg, which in the medical terms we call an ovum, right? So it's released into the fallopian tubes, right? And now your partner ejaculates. And men ejaculate about 3 million sperm, and they all rush up. They all rush up trying to look for an egg, right? But only about 1,000 to 3,000 actually reach the egg. And they're all trying to enter this egg from all angles, but only one, just one, actually penetrates the egg. But without the help of the others trying to enter, it actually wouldn't be able to. So it's a team effort. The one that actually wins is helped by all the other sperms that are also trying to penetrate it. So once the sperm has now penetrated the egg, that is now fertilization. So the egg carries 23 chromosomes. So that's the mother's chromosomes. And the sperm also carries their own 23 chromosomes, which then come together and form 46 chromosomes, making you your unique human being, your little baby. Yes. So as much as in terms of features, you might not see yourself in your baby, but they're there because 23 chromosomes of yours are in your cute little baby. The gender of the baby depends on the nucleus that is within the sperm. Is it an X or is it a Y? Because the female egg only carries the X chromosome. So if the sperm is an X chromosome, that means we're having a girl. And if it's carrying the Y chromosome, then it means that you guys are having a boy, right? So the gender of the baby depends on the male partner. No amount of work any woman can do can change the fact that if you're having girls in your family, it means that the man actually is carrying the X chromosome, or the X chromosome is the one that wins, that finally penetrates the egg. I thought I should clarify this because there's a lot of things that have been said out here in the streets, right? So it's the men. It depends on the men whether you're having a girl or a boy, or it depends on the sperm actually, because even the man can't say sperm win X chromosome when or Y chromosome when. Anywho, so at about 4 weeks, it's only the gestational sac that can be seen on the ultrasound, right? Because now the baby is still very tiny. It's only at about 5 weeks the primitive heartbeat can then be heard on the ultrasound. But at 6 weeks, that is when we can specifically see the baby, that because at this stage by 6 weeks the heart has fully developed, and all the other organs as well can be differentiated as to what organ that they are, and they're even starting to look more human at this stage. Then at about 8 weeks, your baby has developed fingers, but then there's still some web in between the fingers, but they about to separate at this stage. Then at about 9 weeks, the baby's head now is round, more like human shape, and they're about 8 grams in mass and about 5.5 centimeters. So about this long. They're about 5.5 centimeters in length. Then about 10 weeks of pregnancy, the intestines are now in their stomach. So they're coming along beautifully. And their fingers have also developed nails now. Because at 8 weeks, if you remember, it's they still have web in between them. Now at about 10 weeks, which is like only 2 weeks, they're already having nails. Then in the last week of the first trimester, which is the 12 weeks, we're now able to see the gender of your baby. Are you having a girl? Are you having a boy? Or don't you want to know until delivery? It's all up to you, personal preference, right? So, in the first trimester, this is the best time to be able to calculate the estimated delivery date, because this is the most accurate, especially with the ultrasound, because we're not going according to how big the baby is or how fat or how, because now at this time there's only the main things that are there, so the measurements are going to be more accurately than when you measure perhaps at 30 weeks, because now at 30 weeks there's also fats, there's also genes in terms of long legs. Meanwhile, the baby's actually not 30 weeks and they're actually 26 weeks. But because the daddy is normally tall and now the baby has also inherited that can also mislead as to say when you are going to deliver. So the first trimester is very important time to determine when you are going to deliver, right? So let's go to the changes of the mother. What changes are happening in the mother? Basically, everything that I explained in my previous video is what the mother is experiencing now. So go to that video again, because there I explain deeply as to what the woman is experiencing. But just briefly, the woman is experiencing a raised temperature, so they're feeling hotter than those around them. The breasts are tender and they're firmer and they're painful even at times. Then they're also urinating more often because of all the changes that are happening in the woman's body. The bladder becomes irritated, therefore causing the women to urinate more often than they usually would. Then another thing that women also experience is absurd food cravings, right? And that can cause them to have heartburn, because the valve that is basically opening and closing between the esophagus and the stomach sometimes weakens, causing the stomach acid to leak into the esophagus, causing the mother to have heartburn, which is something that is so irritating. But get something that will help you, so that you don't get any heartburn. Also, reduce your intake of fried food, of your spicy food. Drink more water as well, and eat more smaller meals frequently, more than eating big meals that might cause you to suffer this it is irritating heartburn. Then you also can experience constipation, because this is caused by a hormone called progesterone that can cause now your food to go slowly in your intestine, therefore causing you to have constipation, as well as the iron supplements that you're going to be put on when you start your antenatal care. They too can cause you to have constipation, but they're very important. So rather increase your fiber diet and drink that water, because constipation can cause hemorrhoids, also called piles. So they're very painful. So drink that water so that you don't have as much constipation. Another thing that that can happen on a woman is that because of all the changes that are happening on the baby, they basically need the woman's body as well to help this baby to grow. So that can cause fatigue. So people might think that, what, it's so early in your pregnancy, why are you tired? It's because of all the development that is happening on your baby. It's taking a toll on you. So relax. Sleep if you have to. Sleep like that extra hour. It's going to assist you a lot because of all the changes that are happening in your body. Another thing that can also happen as well is that the perfume daddy that she liked of yours, she might hate it now because everything becomes heightened. The smell becomes heightened. They taste buds can even change because of all the hormones that are causing havoc in the woman's body as well. But the only changes that actually happen in terms of the tummy is that you can now feel the baby as a hard bulge just above your pelvis, because in most women the pelvis comes above the uterus comes above the pelvis at about 12 weeks. So now you can start feeling your baby as well. Because in the first trimester, there isn't much change that happens in terms of your tummy. It's only later on that you, in about the second trimester, when you can be able to see like big changes in terms of your body, because now we only focused on development. We only focus on developing that little baby. All right. So the most advice that I can give you is eat that fruit, drink that water as much as possible, and add on more fiber into your diet so that you can reduce all things that can cause your pregnancy to be very painful and to be um not a nice pregnancy, because we all want to tell those stories, but no, I carried easy. No, my pregnancy was very peaceful. It can actually be that way if you just increase your fruit in your diet, and that vegetables as well. All right. So that concludes the end of my video for today. If you liked this video, press the like button below, please, so that I can know that I'm coming along very well. And comment below as to what are you experiencing in this first trimester, or is everything that I'm talking about hitting you all at once? Oh, goodness. Yes, please do share so that all the other mothers as well can see that they are not on their own. Someone else is experiencing what they are experiencing. And don't forget to subscribe. Let us grow this family. Let's grow this family so that it can also motivate me and show me that I'm actually going the right route. All right. Until the next one, where we'll be talking about the first antenatal visit, right? So we're going to the doctor for the first time, or we're going to our clinic. So what to expect? What are they going to ask us? Why are they asking us these questions? And what examinations are they going to do on both you and the baby? I'm going to be clarifying everything.